I've recently made the decision that I do want to also talk about health, because if you're not healthy, then there's no point in being wealthy. As a lot of you know, on this channel, I do talk about wealth a lot. Different ways to make money, different places to put your money in, mindset stuff, all of that, right? None of that matters if you're not healthy, if you're not alive, if you're not here. What would be the point spending all your 20s and 30s trying to amass as much wealth as possible and actually being successful, getting an exorbitant amount of cash and assets just for you to die in your 40s, just for you to, let's just say, get diabetes because we have so much sugar in our foods these days, added sugars. That's like for a lot of you, that might have just been very raw to just say that, but it's very true. A lot of people don't put health first, and so I want to make an entire playlist, which this will probably be the first video within the playlist, simply just because I've recently made the decision that I do want to also talk about health, because if you're not healthy, then there's no point in being wealthy, because you're never going to be able to actually enjoy your wealth if you're not healthy. So on this specific video, I do want to talk about something, and I do want to give Luke Belmar credit and props for this, just because he actually brought this to my attention. I never really thought about this, but it's actually something that I do now practice, and I have significantly felt the difference, and I want to share with you guys too, because if it helped me, it's going to help you too. Basically, this whole entire channel is about me and how I have learned from research I've done, mentors I've learned from, books I've read, and just my experiences. And then I share what works for me with you guys, just so that you hopefully are able to take that information, apply it to your life, and then be successful as well. One thing, and if you think about this, this is so crazy. People wake up tired. Imagine that. Why do you go to sleep? To rest. And then you wake up tired? That makes zero sense. But why is that, right? Well, what's supposed to happen when you go to sleep is your body is supposed to repair itself. Especially here in the States, what happens a lot is people eat before going to bed, or they eat a couple hours before going to bed. And so you have to understand that your body can only exert a specific amount or X amount of energy at one time. If you go to bed at like 10 or something, and then you eat at like 8, so 2 hours before you go to bed, then basically once you do lay your head down and you go to sleep, your body has to make a decision at that point. Where do we want to put this energy towards? Do we want to repair the body, repair the brain, which helps with memorizing? Do we want to repair our liver because you went drinking, you got happy hour, whatever it may be? Or are we going to put the energy into the gut so that we can break down the food and pass it, through the GI tract during this time? Obviously, your body just is not going to let food sit in the gut like that, so your body has to exert that energy towards breaking down the food. And so the body is then not able to expend or use that energy to actually repair itself, which is why you're waking up tired and not waking up rested. Your body never repaired itself. Your body never did what it was supposed to do because you ate too early before going to bed. As soon as I heard Luke Belmar talking about that, I was like, wow, that makes a crazy amount of sense. And so now what I've specifically been doing, and this has been helping a lot, a lot in terms of how easy it is for me to wake up in the morning, not eating past 7 o'clock. Definitely, I'm more conscious about what time it is now, because I don't want to be working on Zooms or whatever it may be, lift my head up and it's 7:45 and be like, dang, I guess I'm not having dinner. I definitely do, especially with the amount of information stuff that I intake in one day, just specifically just reading books, talking with clients, and writing down stuff, reading stuff all the time, watching videos, watching courses. There's always a large amount of information that I'm intaking and things that I'm learning. And so I think a huge priority for me would be to actually go to sleep and have my body be able to repair my brain and actually be able to really have everything that I took in that day and have it be memorized, right? Because sleep helps so much for memorizing things, and also it helps with your ability to be able to take more information in the next day. I have never really cared too much about sleep in the past, but the more I learn about it, the more that I'm just like, wow, I've been very stupid. I've been very irresponsible in my sleep. And it's definitely something that I don't think, if you want to be successful at anything, an athlete, being an entrepreneur, whatever it may be, this applies to every single person. Even if you just want to be a good person, it helps with your mood quite a bit as well. And so that is just like one piece of advice, or just one thing that I've been doing that I wanted to pass along and share with you guys. Another thing too is I actually fast on top of that as well. So I don't eat between 7 p.m. and 11 a.m. The reason why I do that is because if I'm getting up at 5 and I do like deep work from like 5 to about like 9, because from 9 to 11 I do more of like personal stuff like workout, meditate, read, just like that type of stuff. But from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. I'm just doing like deep work, like really grinding out things that need to be done that day, that week, or just the thing to push the needle forward, right? Having that clarity in the morning to be able to do that without, again, having my body expending all that energy to my head and my ability to focus, instead of having all that blood and all that energy then go to my gut to break down all that food, which then makes you sluggish, makes it harder for you to focus, which is why it's called a food coma, right? Because it does make you sleepy and tired and stuff. So that's just another thing to look into, or to do research on, do your due diligence on. I'll also be making more videos on that as well, kind of fasting. So I will be implementing more content on this channel, kind of talking about health, because again, health is for sure the foundation. If you don't have health, if you're not healthy, then there's no point in having wealth or being wealthy, because you'll never be able to enjoy it, because you'll be fighting cancer, or you'll be fighting to stay alive, or you'll be so large that you won't be able to enjoy the, like, regular things that healthy people would be able to enjoy. So I'm really excited for this added series of health alongside wealth and investing and escaping the matrix and all that type of stuff too. So if you guys enjoyed this content, and if you guys got any value from this information from this video, please make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you guys will get notified every single time I upload a video just like this.